Good afternoon, class. In our today's segment, we shall be looking at how to be an effective student. In the course of this lecture, I will be giving you some of the tips you require to be an effective student. Studying is not just about reading hard or trying to work too hard. There's a lot more than that. Ability to study effectively, to be on top of your games, has to do with a lot of different factors. But for the purpose of this video, we shall be looking at a few bits of these factors, things you require to know in order to be an effective student. One, you have to have a clear vision, a clear goals of what you are planned to do, how you have planned to do it, and in what way will you be doing it. You have to have a clear set goals. What are you planning to do? What are you trying to achieve? That is number one priority when you're trying to become an effective student. Two, when that is identified that is what you plan to do, for example, you want to write an essay, for instance, you need to understand that you would require to carry out some level of research around that topic. Firstly, you have to have your topic. What's your topic area or interest? Something that's interesting you to do. Then you have to have research around that same topic. You have to have what the introduction is about, telling us what you have planned to do in the entire piece of work. After introduction, which is a summary of what you plan to do, then you go to the body of the work, where you now have to provide detailed information about the particular research topic for your essay. And then you have to conclude. Providing a conclusion at the end of the essay is very, very important. Conclusion doesn't have to have a new knowledge. It's a summary of what you have already discussed in the body of work. That is planning. Identify what your clear goals are about. You plan. That way you can be very effective in your learning. Two is time management. How do you manage your time? How do you spend your time? You need to be sure that at every given point in time, you're required to do this. That's why it's essential that you set out your time so that you're not going to be late for lectures. For instance, you know that you have to be at school at a certain time. You're required to set up a specific timetable for yourself, for your activities. For example, if you're required to take your child to the nursery or to the primary, you're required to set up at a certain time so that you not be late. So everything about learning has to do with timing. Timing is very important. So that way you can become an effective student. And also, which is also very important, task management. How do you manage your tasks? How do you go about your activities? In that way, you need to look at what is important, what is relevant, what is most important, what is less important. So you place things in order of relevance, in order of importance, so that you start to do them one after the other. So you don't just run at random, doing things at random, not sure which is very important. For example, if you have deadlines to meet, deadlines to submit your work, you're entirely required to prioritize your tasks, which is important first. So you deal with that squarely and then follow up with the other assignments or tasks you're required to do. So managing your tasks appropriately is also very, very important in order to become an effective student. Also, you need to be active in your learning, engaging with the content, actually engaging with the content. So that's why in most cases you have study time for your research, you engage with the actual content. So that will provide you an understanding of the topic, provide you a broad knowledge of what you're talking about. So active learning is important. That way you become an effective student. Fourthly, Procrastination, it is a no-no in academics. Thinking, oh, you have time, I still have time, I'll come back to it. It's a no-no. You do not procrastinate. When you procrastinate, the danger there is that you are most likely going to be running behind or falling behind in your assignment submissions, in your tasks to do, etc. So you have to, that's why time management and task management is very important. You don't procrastinate thinking you've got time. Before you realize it, time is far spent. So these are a few tips you require